Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the glorious weather. It's amazing, isn't it? Today I wanted to have a little chat about oxidation. I forgot what it was there. Oxidation. What it is, how it's caused, how you get rid of it, the process. Because I think a lot of the time, especially on, for example today I'm working on Volkswagen T4 camper van. The paint, obviously the older the paint, the more kind of the more chance of it getting oxidation, especially with the new cars and the clear coat that I keep going on about, the coat that protects your actual paint. Obviously as we've gone on, it's become more kind of advanced and not as it's not going to get oxidised as quickly. But on the older cars, especially the campers, where they spend quite a lot of time outside and under the sun, they get oxidised, and the oxidation comes over as kind of like a dull white. You know, if you see a faded car, it is more than chance is that the paint is not damaged, it's just oxidised, and all that means is that it's got an extra layer on top of the paint of pretty much chemicals that have oxidised in the atmosphere. You get, obviously when it rains, you see it kind of like you get kind of like a dirt on top of it, kind of like a marring. If that left on top of it with the sun, then whatever's inside it will change its chemical kind of composition, and they call that oxidation. There's a fancy chemical formula which I won't go on about, but I'll post the definition of it on this post. But what I wanted to go through is pretty much what I do, how I get rid of it, and how I get it back to pretty much being this kind of amazing glossy colour. Because what you will find is that as long as the oxidation isn't left on there for too long, it won't eat through the clear coat, and then that's when you have issues. If it eats through the clear coat, it's going to get to the paint, and that's when you've got issues, because it's a lot like bird's mark or sun cream. It turns acidic, and that acid burns through anything, even the advanced paint nowadays. Okay. So normally, actually, underneath I find oxidation, you've got pretty much a new van. The paint is theoretically protected until it decides that it wants to burn through, and all it really needs is cutting down, glossing up, and reprotecting, so oxidation won't occur again. And that's pretty much what I do. Right, so how do I get rid of the oxidation? I use different pads, different cutting compounds, depending on the thickness of the oxidation. On this car, or in this van, it was really thick, and it was as if I had to like grind it off. I had to go over it 2 to 3 times, and it was writing off pads. As you can see, I'll show you a few pads, lots of different pads. This is obviously a smaller one, like a 2-inch. You can see that's blue. Okay, now that blue isn't the paint coming off, it's the oxidation. It's the oxidation has taken on the colour of the paint, and all you're going to do is grind it off. Unfortunately, you've got the issue of the whole idea of cutting is for you to get as close to the paint as possible, so you can remove the swirls. The oxidation acts like a barrier in between my cutting compound and the polishing, so I've got to remove that before I can do anything. And obviously that oxidation's got to go somewhere, and it goes onto the pad, and it blocks up the pad, and I have to use either I've got an alcohol spray which I spray on it to kind of rejuvenate the cutting compound, obviously to prevent it drying out, because that won't work, and also and I've got a brush which I use pretty much to clean away the dust, the oxidation which gets into the pad. After a while it will just write the pad off, and I'll have to clean it, with some washing up liquid, really get rid of it. I mean, that's a pad to start off with. That's a 5-inch Chemical Guys Hexi pad, cutting pad, and the one I got on at the moment looks like that. So you can see the amount of oxidation, and that's even after, this is my polishing phase, so it's still coming off. What I use to get rid of the oxidation, this is a standard cutting pad I use on most cars. I've got a Meguiar's 5-inch foam cutting pad, which is designed to be more porous, and it flings pretty much as I'm cutting, it's getting rid of as much of the oxidation as possible, as much of the paint, so it doesn't block up the pads. Otherwise I'll be going through these like there's no tomorrow, and they're actually quite expensive. So yeah, so I'm using a 5-inch Meguiar's foam cutting pad, and I'm using a combination of Meguiar's Ultimate Compound, or pretty much Meg's 101, which is a medium to harsh cutting compound. I'm also using, if I really get stuck on something, I'm using Menzarina heavy cut compound 1000 grit, and this stuff's really thick, it's like a paste, but it rips the oxidation off, but it also blocks up because it's thick. So I only use this on little spots. Once I've got rid of the oxidation, I'm going over it with my Squirrels Concept S20 black one-step compound, which I use on pretty much most of the cars. It's amazing. It medium cuts, so it's good at cutting the paint once the oxidation is gone, and it also glosses it up, which is what you can pretty much see there. It's glossed up, got rid of the fade, and that's pretty much the colour of the car. I think it's more kind of like indigo blue. It's really nice. Yeah, and so that's pretty much the process really. The main thing with oxidation is cleaning. You know, you've got to change pads, use moisture to rejuvenate the cutting compound, stop it drying out, stop you getting dust everywhere. A lot of dust is produced in this, obviously, and I use a respirator. That's why I've got goggles on, because it kicks out loads of stuff. And obviously I don't know where the van's been sitting, I don't know what's been laying on it, what's caused the oxidation. It could be chemicals, could be anything. So that's why it's important to use respirator, otherwise you're just breathing in all that nasty kind of stuff, which is obviously going to probably cause you problems in the future. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I mean, the main thing to say is T4s are obviously really kind of susceptible to this kind of damage, and a lot of people think, oh god, the car's knackered, it's going to need a respray. A lot of the time it won't. A lot of the time it just needs the oxidation removed, and you've got this kind of stunning kind of gloss or paint underneath, which yeah is normally a bit faded. It just needs glossing up, cutting down, and then glossing up, and you've pretty much got a new van. So yeah, I'll post some pictures of the complete and the before and after, and let you get back to your day off, just chilling. Cool. Laters.